Well, next at 6, fans in Green Bay are celebrating the team this afternoon.
A pep rally led by Green Bay's mayor filled the city's downtown. That excitement all the way in Seattle ahead of Sunday's NFC Championship, of course. And sports director Jay Wilson joins us live from Seattle with the beginning of his coverage this weekend. Hey, Jay.
Hey, good evening and hello from Seattle. The Packers are on their way. Their flight is scheduled to land here in town just after 8 o'clock Central Time. They'll bus to their hotel and hunker down for the night. They'll have a practice in Seattle tomorrow afternoon, then play the NFC Championship game here at CenturyLink Field, 2 o'clock Madison time Sunday afternoon. Dannika Lewis also joins us here in Seattle. And what's this? Not everyone who lives around here is a Seahawks fan? What?
What?
Yes.
We just saw some walk by. I mean, they seem to be everywhere, right? Well, as a matter of fact, though, in most places in Seattle, Packers fans are outnumbered by Seahawks fans, like, well, cheese curds are to cups of coffee in this town, right? But we found a place about 20 minutes outside of Seattle with a building half blue, half green and gold, and most of the clientele, Packer backers. A Sunday ritual for those clad in green and gold. Come to the Mustard Seed Pub and Grill, find a seat under the Liney's canoe, and get those bells ready to celebrate any Packers score.
I couldn't see anything other than watching the Packers and listening to the Packers. You know, that's the way it is.
So it only made sense for Jerry Garner to head up the Northwest Packer Backers Club, official badges and all. His heart is in his hometown of Green Bay, but his crew brings 250 in green and gold to take over half of the restaurant every week, a building divided by decorations. Garner's advice for the other side?
You may think your team's the best, but we've been there and done that. So act like you've been there.
And it's just great. It's awesome.
Tim Landis is a Cross Plains man who ended up in Seahawks territory. He says this group and this place keeps his Packer pride alive.
It's a really nice reminder of the atmosphere back home because the culture really is here with all the fans. You have 200 or 300 cheeseheads in here, and it feels just like you're back home.
Where the Northwest Packer Backers was actually founded back in 1990. The group plans to hold a rally at the Mustard Seed restaurant that you just saw there at 4 o'clock tomorrow. Should be pretty exciting. Coming up at 10, though, hear a little bit more from the fan base, along with a Fond du Lac woman who is proud to sport her green and gold on the Seattle streets. And I have to say, Jay, she told us that the Seahawks could actually learn something from the Packers fans. We'll tell you what that is coming up at 10.
Can't wait. Thanks, Danica.
Sure.
Well, if you listen to the national experts, not many of them are giving the Packers much of a chance to beat Seattle in Seattle on Sunday. The Packers are about a 7-point underdog, and of course they lost by 20 when they played here in the first game of the regular season. Today in Green Bay, Mike McCarthy was asked if he's aware that the Packers are heavy underdogs.
Hey, trust me, I grew up in the bar business. I understand how this stuff works. But it's really no focus of ours, regardless of where you come out on a spread. We pay attention to the video, and like I said at the beginning of the week, we are very confident in this opportunity.
And coming up later in sports, we'll hear from Aaron Rodgers about what else? His calf. Michelle and Eric, back to you in Madison.
We can't talk enough about that darn calf, can we? All right. Thanks, Jay.